and welcome to Business Connections, a program put on by the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm Holly Allen, Director of Marketing and Communications at the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce, and today we are talking about the spirit of innovation that runs deeply through the Dayton community. At the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce, we like to recognize those businesses that still have that entrepreneurial spirit. They're disrupting the market, and we recognize them every year through the Soin Award for Innovation. And this year we are gearing up, we're getting ready for the 2018 award, but today we're talking to the 2017 winner, and that winner is DESIN LLC, and they won for a product named Obi. So I'd like to welcome Jon Dekar. He is the president of DESIN.
Thanks
Thank you for
me.
being with us today.
Yeah.
Appreciate your time.
It'll be fun.
So at the end of the day, when you win the Soin Award for Innovation, you get a big $25,000 check, you get all sorts of recognition. It helps, right, when you're a small business.
Yep.
So I want to talk to you first, if no one's heard of Obi. Give us a little bit of background on Obi, but we're going to watch here in a couple seconds a video that was put together to announce your winning of the Soin Award. But give us a little background of what Obi is and what you do at DESIN.
Far back as I can remember, when I was a little kid, I've always been fascinated with the creation of usable technologies and their magical ability to uplift the human condition. And when I was in college, I founded DESIN my senior year. And I did this to entertain that fascination and also work on the biggest problem that I came across that it really bugged me. I wanted to do something about it. And so that problem turned out to be that there were several million people in the US and tens of millions of people globally that don't have access to an independent or enjoyable dining experience. And in the 21st century, that didn't seem right to me. That seemed kind of messed up.
Right.
So I went on this 10-year mission to solve that problem, the result of which was Obi. And Obi allows someone living with disability of the upper extremities. It gives them back the ability to select between several compartments of food and then command when that food is delivered up to their mouth.
Okay, well, let's take a look at Obi. We want to give people kind of an idea of how it works. So let's take a look at a video that our partners at Cox Media, Digital Media, put together for us to announce DESIN and Obi's win of the Soin Award for Innovation. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Raj Soin, Chairman of Soin International. The Dayton area has a rich history of innovation and entrepreneurship, and is the home of some of the world's leading innovators, such as the Wright brothers, John Patterson, and Charles Kettering. The Dayton Chamber of Commerce started Soin Award for Innovation on its 100th anniversary in 2007. It was to recognize and honor a regional company that demonstrates this community spirit of entrepreneurship and innovation. As an entrepreneur myself, I believe that majority of the jobs are created by small businesses started by innovative ideals of entrepreneurially minded individuals. It is the persistence, creativity, and optimistic attitude of these individuals that allows many of them to go on and create thriving businesses.
This year, we are proud to recognize DESIN as the 2017 recipient of the Soin Award for Innovation.
Soin International and Soin family are very pleased to continue to support and be involved in recognizing the innovative companies and the entrepreneurs of the Miami Valley region.
So the whole idea behind DESIN really started when I was in high school. My grandfather had a degenerative neuromuscular disease at the time, and I saw how hard it was for him to get to the point where he had to be spoon-fed by my grandmother. And he loathed this experience. And simultaneously, I was volunteering in nursing homes and hospitals, and I saw the problem there as well. And it was at that time it really clicked that there was a significant need for this. And the more research I did, the more I became appalled that there wasn't any technology that was out in the market that significantly addressed this issue. So I just became obsessed and ferociously driven to do something about it. And 10 years later, Obi was introduced to the market.
So Obi is a robotic dining companion that delivers independence and dignity to individuals who can't feed themselves. And so for any reason, if you can't bring a spoon to your mouth enjoyably, we'll do it for you. And that's really what OB embodies, is the empowerment and independence to live your life fully expressed.
I personally don't like to call this a robot, because I don't want to see it as a robot. And I don't want to give that impression to the user using this product to make them think it's a piece of machine, it's part of them.
So the way OB works is any food prepared between about a pea and a grape will work with OB. So all you have to do is cut up that food, place it in the bowl, and whether it's something like mini Oreos or raspberries, fruit, or even candy, all it takes is preparing the food within a certain size range and then activating that switch, and OB will go through the bowl automatically and feed you, and that's about it. And that's OB, our robotic dining companion.
So the innovative part about OB is how we have brought robotic technology, which is not accessible to a common person, into a product of this stature where they can use it day to day to change their lives.
OB is really one of the first consumer robotic products available on the marketplace that's durable, really safe, very affordable, and fulfills a basic human need. Not only that, but it is one of the only medical devices on the market that will actually decrease costs. It's a productivity enhancer. It frees up a caregiver to do something else and gives someone the benefits of eating independently.
When we did our user testing, we gave OB to a, at the time, 15-year-old quadriplegic boy. And we gave him a camera to his family so they could record this experience. As they're sitting there, Isaac has mashed potatoes, steak, corn, and M&Ms in his OB, and he's feeding himself. And then his little brother starts egging him on. And what happens is his brother convinces Isaac to start playing with his food. And so he's picking up his steak and dropping them in his M&Ms. And so he starts mixing these foods. And in a moment, without hesitation, his father turns and looks at him and says, "Isaac, quit playing with your food." Now think about that for a minute. As a caregiver, right, as the parent, you are the spoon. You will never play because you're usually rushed and you're feeding your kid. So for that opportunity for that father to acknowledge his son as just a typical teenage boy that likes playing with his food, right? To restore that normalcy at that dinner table for that fraction of a second, that family forgot that their son was paralyzed. And that's what we do, right? We restore the normalcy of life so they don't have to focus on the fact that they can't move their arms.
So being in the Dayton area is awesome. We love the fact that we get to build upon the strong history of innovation that's here in the area.
One of the coolest things about OB being in Dayton is this opportunity to share with Dayton that this is an OB thing. It's made here, it's been developed and designed here, and we really want to show this city that this device that gives so many people enjoyment in life is made right in their backyard.
So being recognized by the Soin Innovation Award is really cool for us, because we're a small team of 4 people trying to change the world, essentially. To be recognized for doing something that's truly novel and innovative after over 10 years of struggle and difficulty just really means a lot to us.
It's not about the money, it's about the recognition that yes, you have done something good with your life, with your skills, with your education, and keep going with it.
The Soin Innovation Award allows us to look within the city of Dayton and challenge new partnerships with businesses to say, how can we work with you to grow our company, to grow your company, to grow the city?
We want our legacy to be about empowerment and living life to the fullest, and we want to continue building products like OB that facilitate that lifestyle.
I see OB as the foot on the doorstep towards useful consumer robotic products. 5 or 10 years from now, I would like to see more products like OB, where OB has set the benchmark of such robotic products that can fulfill people's life.
And I think as we bring more of these people back into society, we'll start to see the humanity that we've lost. And it'll start teaching us a lot of lessons about what it means to be human. And I think that will be extremely powerful, not only in the durable medical equipment realm, but in the consumer realm of what do our products do that improves our life.
We believe, and our followers believe, that living with physical challenges still can be fulfilling and inspiring, and we want to continue building technology that facilitates that lifestyle.
Well, Jon and his team, they have not just continued, they have grown in your mission. Jon, we'll talk a little bit. That video was done about a year ago, but you've come a long way since then. We'll get to that, but first I want to ask you, how did you find out that your company had won the Soin Award for Innovation?
Well, my colleague Scott actually received a phone call from someone on the judging panel. And my other coworkers and I overheard him take the call.
You were listening in.
And he had kind of a lingering apathy as he got off the phone. He was like, yeah, that was the judging panel.
That's Scott.
And then, and then all of a sudden he goes, yeah, we won. Oh. And so we immediately went out and bought a bottle of champagne and split it with our friends at the
As
Entrepreneur Center and celebrated for the rest of the day.
That's great. So I'm sure the feeling was overwhelming excitement.
For
Can
sure.
you kind of explain what that feels
like? Of
like?
course, yeah. It's awesome. I mean, it's euphoric, and it's exciting for a lot of reasons. We, as mentioned in the video, I mean, after working for 10 years, it's nice to receive an award that says you're doing something awesome, and we recognize this achievement that you guys have had, and we really like having the support of the community, of course.
Mm-hmm. What kind of recognition did you get after winning the award? Was there anything that sticks out in your mind?
Well, yeah, the big thing that we got out of the award was local exposure, because obviously we're a startup and we're a small company, and so we don't have a lot of attention and we don't have a lot of exposure. And after winning this award, now that the whole community knows who we are and what we stand for, we're getting a lot of support.
Good.
And so that's very cool, obviously, because we constantly have people coming up to us asking if they can open doors for us or if they can introduce us to someone else. And the more support that we get, the better, right? We're a startup, we need all the support we can get.
Right, and I really think that was the idea behind the award. You know, in the video we saw Raj Soin, who is a very well-known business leader in the Dayton community. He actually started this award with the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce in 2007 for the Chamber's 100-year anniversary. And that's the idea. I mean, Raj Soin and his businesses, they are full of innovation, and he really believes in the spirit that lives here in the Dayton area. And so the idea was to find entrepreneurs like you and really help foster them and see how can this community rally around you. So I'm glad you say you felt that.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone can think about the Dayton area without thinking about aviation and the Wright brothers. And what a
absolutely.
What a great symbol for the excitement and ambition of the entrepreneurial venture.
What a cool place to be doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
You know? So I did mention that video that we just saw, we shot that, it hasn't quite been a year ago yet, but we announced that you were the winner officially at the Dayton Area Chamber annual meeting, which was in April of 2017. So it's been some time since we taped that. You were just telling me before the show that video is not exactly accurate because you have grown quite a bit. Tell me what's happened since you won the award.
Yeah, so we've scaled up from 3 employees to 6, and we're also global now.
Great.
So we're not just selling domestically, we're selling over into the EU, Australia, Israel, Argentina, all over the place. And we're continuing to add distributors at a pace of about 2 to 3 a month. So we're growing a very long list, and we've started to reach almost a critical mass by which our name is starting to propagate a lot easier. And so a lot of people are coming to us saying, can we sell your product now?
That's a good position to be in.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
Yes, absolutely. And every month or two, we are a new company. I mean, we've grown. Our name is more out there. We're getting every month more and more demand. So the future is certainly very, very bright for us. So 2018 is going to be a very exciting year.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Did the Soin Award, winning it, have anything to do with some of the growth? I mean, let's be real here. You've been working on this company for more than 10 years now, but did it have any impact, do you think, on the growth you've experienced since?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, and then as I mentioned, the local exposure that you get here in the area is makes you more credible, adds to your credibility, because people know who you are. And for instance, we are now talking with CareSource, who is in charge of Ohio Medicaid.
Right.
And that's a whole nother avenue we're going down to try to broaden the impact of the device and get it to all the people that really need it but can't really afford it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You know, CareSource obviously has a huge footprint in the Dayton area, so to hear you working together is great news. What advice, like I said, we're getting ready to open up the application window for the 2018 winner. So I'll start by asking you, what advice would you give to businesses that are considering applying for the 2018 Soin Award for Innovation?
Well, if you want to win, which
they probably do.
I'm guessing most of them do, I would give 3 pieces of advice. The first would be really spend time articulating what your transformative purpose is as a company. Why are you doing what you're doing? What is the reason that you're existing? Be able to really concisely and accurately project that to the judging panel. Number two would be also be able to very clearly define and explain how your product is much better than everything else that exists. It shouldn't be just a little bit better. It should be transparently superior to everything else that exists. And the better that you can project that to the judging panel, the better off you're going to be. And then the third thing, as you and I were talking about before the show, is distribution, the business side of things. That needs to be very well thought through with a lot of detail. You have to have a very practical sense for how your small team is going to be able to scale this business and really make it work. Because if you want investors and you want to win things like the Soin Innovation Award, I mean, that's really the roadmap to success, to making the product or your company successful, is having a really good distribution plan. And that's what I'd say, those three things.
Okay. That makes me think, while we have you here and we're talking about the things you presented to the judges panel, can you step us through what the process was after you submit the application? Do you remember what you went through throughout the application process?
Yeah, so
and I'll help you if you need help remembering.
From what I recall, to the best of my recollection, we had an application. We had to answer a series of questions. And of course, those questions were pretty easy for us to answer because we had spent, especially me, a decade thinking about a lot of these questions. So we had good answers. We had very good answers to that. And then we spent, actually, I think the bulk of the time preparing for the presentation for the actual pitch that we'd give in front of the 8 to 10 people on the judging panel in a 20-minute conversation, or a 20-minute presentation and discussion.
And is that what you focused on when you were preparing, was how do we present the fact that our product, our offering is heads and shoulders above the competition? Is that what you...
We want to have a very inspiring purpose, and then also a transparently superior product and service, or service that you're offering to the world.
Right.
And that's what good innovation is. It's ultimately you want to be making a difference. You want to be maximizing your utility to help other people. Your product ideally should be 10x or a magnitude of order improvement better than anything else. And that's what rouses people to support you.
Right, absolutely. Well, I will say that you and your team definitely have that down. You know, you're able to tell your story. You did it very well, I think, which clearly led to the judging panel choosing you as the winner. I should mention that on that panel, there's a member of the Soin family. There's also, there are a few economic development leaders within the community. The Entrepreneur Center is represented, the SBDC is represented on that panel. So the Chamber really collaborates with those organizations that foster small business growth within the community, and they sit on that panel and they know their stuff and they ask tough questions. So you want to go in there and be prepared, which you went over very well, and you brought an OB in as well, which didn't hurt because people were able to see how it worked and functioned when it was in use. So
definitely.
Congratulations again to you.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you want to add? I feel like I'm speaking to the outgoing Miss America winner or something. You were reigning for the year of 2017 for the Soin Award of Innovation. Is there anything you'd like to say?
Well, I would just add that if anyone in the audience is listening and believes what we believe and likes what we stand for, to please like and follow us on Facebook.
That's what I was going to ask. How do we keep track? The Dayton community wants to support you. How do we keep track of your growth from here on out?
Yeah, Facebook's really the best way.
That's the best way?
Yep.
You guys post some really great stuff there.
Or come by our office if you want to visit. Or at the Entrepreneur Center.
All right, that sounds good. Well, thank you, John. I will mention that applications for the 2018 Soin Award for Innovation, they will open December 20th, 2017. They'll go through February 16th. There's information about what the requirements are to be considered for the Soin Award for Innovation at DaytonChamber.org. That's also where you'll find the application. So go there, check out out the requirements and see if you're a good fit for this award. Again, the winner gets recognition here locally through the Chamber and other outlets, but they also receive the big, and I mean big, at the annual meeting, the check for $25,000, and that's because of the generosity of the Soin family. So we thank them for their support of this award and our businesses. If you want to find out more about the Chamber, go to DaytonChamber.org. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Go out and give us a like. Thanks again, Jon.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
It was fun.
I'm Holly Allen, Director of Marketing and Communications for the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for a message from our President and CEO, Phil Parker.
The Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce is proud to offer each year a very special cash and marketing award to one of the Dayton area's small, innovative entrepreneurs. The benefactor of this prize, Dayton area business leader Jon Dekar, presents a $25,000 cash award, which is combined with marketing support by Cox Media Group Ohio and the Chamber to stimulate an innovative product the local business wants to take to market. Through the Chamber's foundation, entrepreneurs apply each year in the late fall and winter, with the winner being picked in spring by an independent panel of judges. The award is presented at the Chamber's annual meeting in the spring. Last year, Design Inc. won the top award with its product they call Obi. The more than 10-year journey from vision to design to build and now to market allowed design owners and team to create a product that will help individuals who need assistance with tasks such as eating, allowing the individual more dignity and freedom in taking care of themselves. It is a remarkable, innovative product. Our 2018 award process is now beginning with applications due by mid-February of next year. Applicants can self-nominate or be nominated by others, and if successful, will receive that $25,000 prize and marketing media package. Our Dayton area is known around the world for its many inventions and creative ideas for products and services. We hope you've enjoyed learning about our 2017 award winner, Design Inc., and another visionary idea developed by a local Miami Valley entrepreneur and inventor.